Hi, everybody. I'm Leslie. I'm going to be your host today. I would like to introduce our guest today, and I'm going to start off with Deborah. Kind of introduce yourself.
Hello.
Okay, Gwen.
Hi, how are you? I'm Gwen.
Okay, thank you. And of course, the creator, Georgette Dilworth with I Rise Up, and I Rise by Georgette. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Leslie. Thank you for
Okay.
asking.
Very good. And we have a special guest today. We have Warren McCray. How you doing, Warren?
I'm doing
Welcome.
great.
Welcome. Okay. So today on Sisters Keeping It Real, we are going to go over a couple of topics that we wanted to cover today. We have three, and I'm going to ask each of you guys to give your answer briefly. Not long-winded, and I would like you to keep it real because that's what we do here. So my first question to you is, what does Black Lives Matter to you?
And you,
Georgette.
as a young man, Warren, what does it have any meaning for you?
Well,
Deborah,
Okay, I'm sorry, Leslie. Go ahead.
we are live, and I will call out the person that I would like to speak. Thank you very much. Warren, would you like to answer that question for us? What does Black Lives Matter mean to you?
yeah, I'll answer that question. Black Lives Matter to me, it means pretty much that we've been oppressed as a people for hundreds of years, and I think our stance hasn't been evaluated. Our stance hasn't been appreciated, and we contribute so much to this nation
Mm-hmm.
as a people. And I think that Black Lives Matter because we have been underappreciated. So basically, I do believe that all lives do matter, but Black Lives Matter too, and that's the whole standpoint or my stance. Pretty much that we deal with police brutality, we deal with systemic racism, we deal with situations in the workplace where we're not given the same opportunities as other people,
Right.
and our lives matter too. We just want to be appreciated and feel equal to everybody else for one.
Thank you.
To me, that's what Black Lives Matter means.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Gwen, same question. What does Black
Okay,
Lives
well,
Matter mean to you?
Leslie, concur with Warren on what he said, and that is, first of all lives matter. I just want to get that out. All lives matter, but the spotlight is on Black people right now because of the injustice that's taking place. And I'm talking about on the police force, education, jobs, uh, schools even coming up. We're the focus right now because of discrimination
Mm-hmm.
and basically that's pretty much what I have to say is that it's right now we're the focus point.
Thank you.
We are the ones who are dealing with brutality and murder of people of color. So we're the focus right now. The spotlight is on us right now, and
Thank you.
that's why it's important to me.
Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that. Deborah, what does Black Lives Matter mean to you?
Well, I'm looking at the schools and the way they have laws for um, one person, but another different one for Black people, and everything should be the same. We want
Okay.
to have this be treated the same. It doesn't matter. Lost my thought.
Thank you,
It's
Deborah.
okay.
Thank you. Thanks for keeping it real, Deborah. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. It's
Ge-
all right.
Good job, Auntie Dagra. Did great.
Jet, bring
Yeah.
it home. What does Black
All
Lives
right.
mean to you, darling?
Okay. So, and like Gwen said, I think a lot of people don't understand when we say Black Lives Matter, they think we're secluding ourselves from all lives. However, the reason we say Black Lives Matter is because we are the one who is dealing with the systemic injustice. We're dealing with the kids, the pipeline prison to, I'm sorry, was it prison pipeline?
Yes.
And so when we say that Black Lives Matter, it's just like you go to the doctor and your right hand hurts. They're not going to check your whole body. They're going to check the hand that hurts. And right now, as a community, we are hurting because we're dealing with the systemic injustice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Very good answers all the way around. My next question I'd like to cover, why do you think we feel more comfortable when we go to the doctor to see a Black physician or therapist, preferably than a white person? Georgette.
I think that, and I say for a lot of people, we're a little bit more comfortable because we feel like there's someone who can understand what we're going through, understand our struggles. Sometimes a child can go to a Black doctor and they're talking with you, they're understanding, and they may even say, you know what, you don't need no ADHD medicine. You're just a really smart and intelligent young child.
Right.
Someone in the classroom has to recognize that. But then a Black child can go to, and I'll say a white doctor, and next thing you know, they're on all this medicine and they're labeled a problem. So I think that that's one of the things that causes us to want to be seen by a Black therapist or, a Black doctor. It's just more comfortable.
Gwen, same question?
Again, I concur with Jet. It's about being able to trust your therapist or your doctor. And I'm a witness that I have been to white doctors and I've been to Black doctors, and I favor Black because in my experience, going to a white doctor, they don't really listen to you. I don't feel like they really care. And they prescribe about 5, 6 different types of medication to you versus going to a Black doctor. My doctor, she was awesome. She took the time. She listened to me. She talked to me. We came to a conclusion with the illness or whatever the problem is and the solution to the problem.
Right.
And when I left there, I felt like, hey, somebody really actually cared.
She heard me.
She heard me.
Right.
And there were times when I went and she was like, Cal, ain't nothing wrong with you. Like, you're fine. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? So I think this is just being able to trust.
Right.
The doctors and therapists.
Warren, same question. Do you have a different perspective on it? Black doctor versus white doctor? Since you're millennial, how do you feel about that?
Well, I don't have a preference.
Okay,
but,
good.
I did. Well, I guess I can take a little bit from that and say I did have a preference at one time. I had a Black doctor, and she was great. And I wanted a Black doctor because, first of all, I could be myself.
Right.
Talk to her the way that I normally talk, and she'd understand me.
Right.
I think that's one of the first things you want to be able to communicate effectively with your doctor so that she can understand what you're going through.
Right.
Second off, I think that even though we are one human race, I believe that our bodies are different.
Yes.
It's been scientifically proven that, Black men or Black people in generalization have higher bone density. We have high blood pressure that's pretty much innate to our species. And so I would think if I went and approached a Black doctor, she would understand that as well and be able to prescribe me not based off of just a generalization of population, but off of my species and off of my kind. And she will understand where I'm coming from and be able to prescribe me in a way that she's trying to take care of me, not just trying to fix the problem.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you, Warren, for that. Georgette.
I think I already gave an answer.
Okay, I'm sorry. Deborah.
Yes. There is a difference of of people, how they treat you. And
Mhm.
I had a period of time where uh, I was at the doctor constantly because everything was bothering me
Right.
to the point where the doctor, when I had problems with my arm, he said that it was due to um, my lifting it up or
Okay.
something like that, and
Mhm.
that it would straighten itself out.
Right.
Um, and I ended up changing doctors, and they gave me an MRI, and I had a torn rotator cuff,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
uh, that's what became of it. So, um, if you're not happy with the doctor,
Right.
ask for a different doctor because
Exactly.
um, you don't have to stay with that doctor.
Right.
Thank
So
you.
was the second doctor that you saw a black person?
I'm sorry.
He asked, was the second doctor that you saw, was that a black doctor?
No, no.
Okay, so then pretty much you went to a different doctor and got a different result,
Yeah.
but he actually found the issue,
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh,
He was a younger doctor too.
a younger doctor, okay,
Yeah, he was a younger doctor. So, I mean, he was younger than me. So,
okay.
hmm
So do you think that a black doctor or a white doctor is more appropriate?
I never had a black doctor. In all the times that I have
Oh.
gone to the doctor, I have never had a black doctor, even though I have requested for one. So, in this instance, this doctor didn't want to do what I asked, and I just asked for another doctor.
So I'm wondering, do you think we need more black physicians? Is that the problem? That we don't have enough of our people in the medical field?
You can I
Depends
you
on
know
what it
what?
is.
Okay, okay.
There is a lack of black therapists, psychologists, and I say, in of course the therapy department. Um, and I'll say, like it's in my own experience. It's just that the conversation is
Uh huh.
different. I could go in there and I'm having an issue, and it's almost like, okay, somebody's understanding what I'm going through.
Right.
Whereas I can go to I say a non-black doctor, and I've had good Chinese doctors, and I've had the different variety. But I went to a different doctor. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital fighting for my life. So I
Um,
think in certain cases it does make a difference.
okay. Okay. This one is going to be a little deep, and I do want you guys to dig deep on this particular question because I want to get an ideal how you feel as a black mother. Okay. So when we say Black Lives Matter, and then a white person will say, not all white people, but some say all lives matter. My thought is black on black crime. Um, they tend to say we have black on black crime. Why don't we take care of that situation before we take on this Black Lives Matter? And I'm thinking, I heard on a talk show where the guy says, they say black on black crime, but what about white on white crime? What about Japanese on Japanese crime? Um, everybody has issues with uh, different
Violence.
people and
Violence.
violence, and you know, it's just a stigma that it's just a black on black thing. So, how do you feel about that when you hear that,
Can I
Gwen?
start? Oh.
Well, first of all, Leslie, having two sons, I think that it's important because, again, like I said, the focus is not on black crime or white on white crime. We were talking about justice
Absolutely.
into all forms of discrimination and a full recognition of human rights for Black people. Okay,
Exactly.
so um, the issue at hand right now is Blacks being discriminated against in every area of the human race, or not race, but life, period. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
As far as being stopped by police, we get treated totally different. When they walk
Yes.
over to the car, they already have their hands on their gun. They're ready to shoot.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Right.
so this is a big problem. This is a big issue. It's a big issue for us. So, like I said, me having Black sons, I think it's something that needs to be addressed. It's not about the white on white crime or black on black crime. We're talking about just being treated fairly.
Okay.
Okay, and
Georgette,
justice.
injustice.
I think that for me, I don't think people should diminish what they've never gone through. I think for us as African American people, especially when you have sons, um, it's scary because we know that if they're driving, they could be walking, they could be
Right.
jogging, they
Right.
could be in their freaking house, and it's just that one moment that somebody actually shoots them, like Breonna Taylor, that wasn't doing anything. It's like you can be completely innocent and your life could be over just because
Right.
of the color of your skin. So it is very disheartening. I think that for a lot of your people who don't understand, it would be nice for them to have a conversation with some Black folks to understand how we feel and what we're going through.
Absolutely.
So that's my response.
Okay. Deborah?
Well, Leslie, basically took my answer, but
Okay.
it is true that we don't. Basically, we don't want to be slaves no more. We do not want to be your slave. We
Keep it
want to
real.
be equal
All right.
to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So
Warren,
what I got.
did you want me to repeat the question?
No.
Okay.
All right. So first and foremost, when the opposition says, "What about black on black crime?" it's pretty much them uh, trying to put our movement and our voice
Mm-hmm.
in a box.
Right.
Because really what it is that they know that we're being oppressed. They
Exactly.
know why we're protesting and rioting.
Yep.
And so they try to use that as a scapegoat to, well, oh, you ran, or, oh, what about back on black crime?
Mhm.
But the fact of the matter is, white on white crime is the same as black on black crime.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So pretty much what they're trying to do is trying to generalize, oh, this is why we do what we do, because you guys are still killing each other. I understand it. And because this is the fact of the matter, is that we do kill each other. And we do gangs, and we
Right.
do kill each other and go to certain lengths to harm our own people. I mean, we
Absolutely.
can be our own worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And so what has to happen as a people is that we have to stop giving them that excuse,
Right.
giving them that little pass where they can say that, because in all honesty, black on black crime is serious.
That's true.
We go and we harm our brothers and our sisters, and we're not united anymore, and that gives them the little pathway to be able to bring that up in a conversation. Now,
Right.
it does offend me when they say that, because they're pretty much downgrading what the purpose is.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And why they go beat us.
But I see why they do it, and we perpetuate them to be able to do that. So we got to be better as a black person, as a black people, so that they can't even use that against us.
Right.
The whole thing is we have to be together, and that's the solution. That's
You
the
have to be
equation
united.
that needs to be solved. Is how do we stop the black on black crime? How when you see a fellow brother in the road or at work, say, hey, so how you doing, man? It's about communicating. It's not just as simple as it's not killing each other. It's more about communicating and knowing that we're all on the same team. I'm all for life. I want everybody to be harmonious. Okay? It shouldn't be us against them. It should be us against the whole thing. We need to be better as human beings. And if you can be better as a human being, then we'll have the peace that we require. So that's what I got to say about that.
Great answer. We are down to 10 minutes. Actually, 7 minutes. Before you do, I want to hit the very last question before it ends. Okay, so I was watching a video yesterday. It was a Caucasian young man standing out holding a sign. He was holding a sign that said Black Lives Matter. And this was in Harrison, Arkansas. And as he was holding the sign, several people felt the need to roll their window down and yell at him, white supremacy or white power, coon. They called him coon. And I thought to myself, wow, he's got a chance to see what we go through on a daily basis. Okay? I want to say, I thank all the protesters because you know what? They are out there on the front line every day for the last 70 days. Okay? Fighting for the Black Lives Movement. Okay? So we can't put everybody in a box and say all white people are bad. Because no, if you look at some of these protests, I see nothing but people of color. White, black, Mexican, Indian, Japanese. What a great thing. And I just wanted to say to you guys that we thank you guys for going out there day after day after day and showing that, you know, you guys understand what we're going through, what the struggle is. Those that understand. And we appreciate you and we thank you. With that in mind, I guess my last question with 5 minutes left. You're standing out there with your Black Lives Matter. A car drives by, yells out at the window, no, your life doesn't matter. Response. Make it brief. Gwen.
I would basically say God loves everybody, including blacks, whites, Mexicans, everybody. God is all about love.
Excellent.
That's all I could say.
Gisette?
I think that, knowing that I would be attacked and I would probably go through all that, and, I have to know who I am. So positive affirmations for me, it doesn't matter what you say about me. I am bigger, I am positive. I am of love. So whatever you throw at me, guess what? It's like darts. I'm going to be going around like
rope-a-dope. Like a rope-a-dope.
You ain't gonna touch me. I am.
Okay, thank you.
I can handle it.
Deborah?
Okay, I have the sign, and I'm okay. I'm going to the other place. Paying attention. Okay.
Okay, thank you for that, Deborah. That visual. Warren, same question. You're holding your sign out, you're feeling empowered, you're standing out there. Yep, man yells out, your life don't matter. Your response.
First, I'm going to start it off like this. Without good white people, we would still be enslaved.
Amen.
Without people that would fight for us and see the struggle, we would still be in chains.
Absolutely.
And so what we have to do as a black people, because we can be racist, well that
Yes.
know that there are good white people out there that love us.
Yes.
And you can see that. You can see that with the marches and the protesting.
Absolutely.
We are out there united.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For the young man that's out there and he is waving his sign and he's doing the Auntie Deborah turn. If I heard that, it would not bother me because what he's doing is throwing hate at me, but I remain positive. And that's what you got to do in these times, whether it's with the coronavirus, the economy, or the racism that we're going through right now.
Amen.
You got to stay positive in what you're going through right now because it's going to be okay. And you know what? We have a great following. Okay?
Yes, we do.
We all have white, Latino, Asian,
Yes.
Indian friends that understand what we're going through because they've been through it too. Look, police brutality is not directed only towards black people.
Bring it home, Warren. Bring it home.
And so the whole thing is this. It's not just a black struggle right now. It's every person's struggle. We just want some love too. We want to be on the forefront. Like, hey, we initiated this, and we want equality, but everybody needs equality. Really, what happened is they took police brutality and developed it into something way bigger than what it was.
How much time do we have?
We have
1 minute,
nothing but
47
time.
seconds.
How long?
We dictate our time, don't we?
1 minute.
We dictate our time.
Okay.
We dictate
Well,
our time.
I like to say to my guests, I thank you guys for your honesty. I thank you for our part 2 of our season of Sisters Keeping It Real. Warren, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. All the protesters out there, we thank you. Keep it up. Keep it going. And we will not forget you guys.
That's right.
Peace out.
No justice,
And
no peace.
no justice, no peace.
That's
No
right.
justice, no peace.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.